Welcome to the tutorial for the Odette top. I'm so excited to finally be making this. There's a few things that are necessary for your success, so don't skip this part. First of all, this is a pattern and I am selling it because it's taking me a lot of time, so it's linked in the description. You could maybe make it by just following this video, so if you want to try it, go ahead, like that's totally okay. But yeah, if you want the pattern, it's linked in the description and I'm selling it on Etsy. The next thing that's absolutely necessary is the type of yarn that you're using. So the one that I use, it works the best for the pattern generator, is 4 worsted weight yarn. I get mine from Hobby Lobby and it's the brand I Love This Cotton. This is what I think works best for the pattern, but if you're gonna take one thing away, medium 4 worsted weight yarn. The other thing that makes a huge difference is your hook, and I do a 4.5 millimeter hook, which works because it just leaves less holes in the pattern, so you can't see underneath it as much. All of that is written in the pattern as well, so if you forget, it's there. Next most important thing is the gauge swatch. So I'm gonna walk you through how to do that and how to type in your measurements into the pattern. And now for this part, we are going to just be making a rectangle. So you're gonna start with a slip knot and then a base chain, and I'm just gonna chain like 15. So we wanna make sure that there's enough to measure an inch inside the gauge swatch. And so now we're gonna chain 2 because we're working double crochets for this pattern. We're gonna skip the first 2 and go right into that 3rd chain and work a double crochet. And then you're just going to repeat this all the way until you have a rectangle, and then I will show you how to measure it because we're only gonna measure 1 inch of the middle of the gauge swatch. Get out your measuring tape and obviously make sure the gauge swatch is at least 4x4. Bigger is better, honestly, but the 4x4 still works. So now we're gonna go to like the middle of the gauge. We're just gonna go from like these 3 stitches, 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 stitch, and then we're not gonna count that one. So we have 3 stitches in 1 inch. So go ahead and write that down somewhere or in the pattern if you're already there. And then we're also gonna count the rows per inch. So we're gonna go to the bottom of a row, and there's 1 row and there's 2 rows in the 1 inch section. So we're measuring both of these. We're measuring the stitches across and the rows by just the 1 inch. You're gonna open up your pattern, and this is how it should be looking. And make sure you're clicked onto inches, since that's what we measured. Unless you measured in centimeters, then click on centimeters. But for this, we're doing inches. And so we're gonna come down to the gauge section right here, and we're gonna type in 3 stitches, because that's how many stitches we had per inch. And then we had 2 rows per inch. So we're gonna type in that. And now you're gonna take your measurements. So my bust is 35, my waist is 27, so I typed that in. And then for the armhole, you can obviously choose this, but I highly recommend doing 5 inches because 7 inches I feel like is a little too big in my opinion. And then for the strap width, I also recommend doing 4 or 5 inches. I'm gonna do 5 because the strap tends to like get a little bit smaller as you work it. So 5 is just like better in my opinion. I highly recommend like taking a picture of these measurements or writing it down because the pattern doesn't save it. So you will have to enter in these measurements again every single time you like refresh the page. So you are going to want to start with chaining whatever number your pattern generated for you. So, and we're just doing single crochets, just like a base chain for that, except we are going to, we're going to slip stitch into the round. So we're going to be working in a circle for this pattern. So I will show you how to do that once I finish my base chain. So I just finished my base chain, and obviously you could double check your stitches as many times as you want, but in my opinion, it doesn't matter too much. This part of the pattern is no part of the pattern is super specific if you miss a stitch besides the straps maybe, but even then I don't feel like it'd be super noticeable. So if you do like get off count at some point in your rounds, don't worry about it too much. Just make sure you're getting all the decreases and increases in. I inserted my hook into that last round, and then I'm just gonna pull through and pull through 2. So then it's connected into a circle, and then we're going to chain 2 and start working double crochets all around. So for this, I think it's the first 8 rows. You just work double crochets. There's no increases, there's no decreases, so it's super easy. Like once you get to the 9th row, it's still easy. You're just adding in like, I think it's like 10 decreases. So go ahead and do that until you get to the 9th row. And then just in case anyone is confused how you should be connecting the rows, just go into the top double crochet loops and then do a slip stitch and chain 2. So once you've finished your 8 rows of just regular double crochets or whatever your pattern calls for, then you're going to move on to your first row of decreases. And so mine is 1 decrease every 9 stitches. So I'm just going to keep doing double crochets into this, except I'm going to decrease every 9. So I'll show you how I'm decreasing for this pattern. So once you've done your double crochets, you're going to just start like a regular double crochet, except just do 1 yarn over. And then when you still have 2 loops on your hook, you're going to put another yarn on your hook, insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through 2, and then pull through those 3. So that way those 2 stitches just turn into 1 stitch. And then just keep doing that all the way around and keep following the decreases for the following rows until it says to stop, and I'll show you guys how to do the ruffle. In the pattern, it should tell you how many decreases you should be having in each row, so you can double check at the end of each round if you want. If you miss 1 decrease here and there, then the pattern is still going to turn out fine. So don't be too stressed about it if you do happen to miss 1, or if you find it like 4 rows later, your pattern's still going to be fine. Just keep doing those decreases, and then I will show you how to do the ruffle once we get to the bottom of this shirt. Once you've completed all of your rows, you can try on your top and make sure it's fitting. Now we're going to start with the ruffle. So this is the bottom part of our top. The first row we did is the top, and then we've been working all the way down towards the ruffle. So we're going to stick with double crochet for the first row of the ruffle, and we are going to increase in every other stitch. So I had my chain 2, and then I'm doing double crochet, and then just to keep my increase in the first stitch, I'm just doing another double crochet right into that stitch, and then I'm going to do just 1 double crochet into the next one, and then increase into that stitch, and then I'm just going to keep doing that pattern all the way around to create a ruffle. And then I'll show you guys how to do the next row as well, but if you end up just reading your pattern, make sure you switch to treble crochet or triple crochet, because it makes the ruffle more flowy, and it helps the ruffle build up faster, so it's a lot easier. But I like the double crochet for this first row because it still is thick, so it's not like super holy, and it kind of, I feel like, creates a little bit more structure for the ruffle. Anyways, so keep working that pattern. Once you've done all of your double crochet increases, we're switching to triple crochet increases, and this one is more self-explanatory because you're going to just be increasing in every single stitch. Triple crochet is just like a double crochet, except you go around twice and yarn over, so then you should be pulling over 1, 2, 3. So that was 1. So now we're going to do another increase, so 2 yarn overs, and then insert yarn over again, and then pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 2, 3, pull through 3. So you're just going to keep increasing for the rest of this round, and then you're just going to switch to treble crochets just in each stitch until you hit 25 rows is what my pattern says. The rest of the rows from here on out are pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to treble crochet into each stitch until you reach the amount of rows that you're supposed to have, and I think it's 25 rows total. So very simple, just keep triple crocheting into each stitch. We finally made it to the last row at the bottom of this shirt, so we're just gonna finish off with a regular like treble crochet, and then we're just gonna slip stitch right in the top of those loops, and then you're just gonna do 1 more slip stitch and pull your yarn all the way through. And it lined up perfectly for me that my skein ended right at the bottom. This is how my top is looking so far. I did mine a little bit small actually. So mine's a little bit tighter on me, but it's still like fittable, wearable. Now we're gonna do the straps, which is the most stressful part in my opinion. So hopefully I explain it really well. But like, yeah. If you have stitch markers, now would be a good time to get them out. I'm just gonna be using these sewing pins, but lay your piece flat, and then you're gonna find the middle of your shirt and count 5 stitches out this way and 5 stitches out this way, and then that's where the straps are going to start. So I'm gonna do that. So now we are going to start the straps, and we're starting with the slip knot, which is just like the regular slip knot. And then we're going to attach the slip knot to that first stitch. So I'm starting with the black pin. And then we're just gonna start with a slip stitch. What the heck? We're working double crochets again. So I'm just going to do chain 2, and then I'm gonna do double crochet right into that first little place that we just did a slip knot, and then I'm gonna stop my double crochet halfway and go into the other one, so that way we create a decrease, so that way there's just one stitch right there. And then we're gonna decrease, or not decrease, we're gonna double crochet all the way across, and then we're gonna do a decrease at the end. So I think we're going for 21 stitches. So I just ended with another decrease right there, so I did 21 across, and then we're going to chain 2 and turn our piece, and then we are going to do another decrease. So exactly how we did it in the last one, just start a double crochet and then do a full double crochet into the next one. And that way you're gonna be creating a slant that's gonna like curve into a strap. Then go all the way across and decrease at the end again, and then do that until you have 4 rows, decreasing at each end. Now you can see that we have that slant going, and so I'm pretty sure for the rest of the pattern, the decreases are gonna be just on this side, and you're just gonna do regular stitches and chain 2 and turn when you get to the other end. For row 5, we're just going to decrease into that first one again, and then double crochet all the way across, chain 2, turn, and then when we get back to this side, we're gonna add another decrease on the 6th row. So I was wrong. After the 6th row, you just do double crochets until you reach the amount of rows that you need, which is 14. So now we just do double crochets until we get the strap height that we want. And then once you get to the end of the strap, you just slip stitch and fasten off, and repeat this strap onto the other side. Okay, so we have both the straps done now. So you can see it's creating that scoop neck look. And now we're gonna get started on the back side of the strap. For the back part, we're gonna start 8 stitches in. So we are going to go from this front strap over here, and then we're gonna count 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna put a stitch marker in there. And then I'm just gonna also count 8 stitches over from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna double crochet for 6 rows. In order to do that, we're gonna start with a slip knot again. Insert exactly how we've been doing for the rest of the pattern. Just start with a slip stitch and then chain 2 and start your double crochets across. To get to this stitch marker over here, chain 2, turn, and work your way back until you've done 6 rows. Now that we've done the 6 rows of double crochets on the back strap, we're gonna chain 2 and turn our work, and we're gonna increase in the first stitch and the last stitch of this row. The way I do an increase is just 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So 1 double crochet and then another double crochet, and then we have an increase. And then we're just gonna double crochet in each stitch until we get to the last one, and then we're gonna do another increase exactly how we just did an increase in that stitch. Once you've done the increases on both sides, we're just gonna double crochet into each stitch till you reach row 10. For the next part of the back strap, you can either fasten off, slip stitch and fasten off and then reattach, or you can keep going and then you'll only have to reattach on this side. So I just left mine attached instead of slip stitching, instead of fastening off and then reattaching. But we are going to just do double crochets, and we're gonna do the same amount of double crochets that are on our front strap. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I had 12. So I'm gonna do 12 double crochets across, and then I'm gonna do 3 rows of that because that's what the pattern says to do. And then I'm gonna connect it with single crochets to the front strap. So this is the back of the strap, and then this is the front strap, and I just single crocheted it together. So now you're just gonna attach right here and then make 3 more rows and do the exact same thing. We've got the straps attached. We're gonna do a single crochet all around here. And for like these side parts, there's not specific stitches for you to single crochet into. So just make sure that you do it evenly on these parts. I'm gonna attach back here so that way you don't see the attach in the front side. So just like right here, and then I'm gonna single crochet around and fasten off once I get back to that same spot. Hey guys, we are finally in the final stretch of the shirt. So it should be looking like a tank top, and that's how the single crochet should look all around the border. It kind of just creates a little bit more structure and blends it a little bit better, so that way you can't see like where you attached the slip stitches as much. So now we're going to work on the ruffles around the sleeve, and it's super easy. It's just double crochet increase and then triple crochet until the sleeve gets to the length. Okay, so this is the back side of the shirt, and I'm just gonna start at the back part right under the armpit. I'm gonna attach exactly like how we've been doing for the rest of the shirt. And then I'm gonna chain 2 since we're gonna be working double crochets, and we're gonna be doing increases. So for the shirt, there's not actually specific stitches for you to be going in for this part. So just make sure that you're going even, but make sure that you're doing increases. So we're doing double crochet increases all around the shirt so that it's gonna create a ruffle. So basically whatever stitch you would normally do a double crochet in, just add 2 double crochets since we're doing increases, and then go all the way around. And once you've made it all the way around, you're gonna slip stitch together and then chain 3 and switch to triple crochet. Do that until you've made 4 rows in total. Unless you want your sleeve to be a little bit longer, then keep making rows. For the rest of the sleeve, you should do the double crochet increase, and then the next 3 should be just triple crochet, and then you just fasten off and do it on the other side, and then you have the sleeves. Comment any questions and I will respond to them if you have issues, or you can DM me on Instagram and TikTok and I will help you. But seriously, good luck on this pattern. I hope that it went well for you. And if you have any questions, please reach out.